Opus is the newest A24 film released in theatres and follows a young writer who is invited to the remote compound of a legendary pop star who mysteriously disappeared 30 years ago. Surrounded by the star's cult of psychopaths and intoxicated journalists, she finds herself in the middle of his twisted plan. As a fan of Io Debris, I was very excited to see where she was going to take the character, more specifically because she's feeding into the eat the rich approach which we've seen before, which I will get into, and both Io and John Malkovich do a fantastic job in their roles. Malkovich in particular plays his character with such hilarity, the movements of which he does, they just made me laugh, they just did. Hip thrusts and all, it's great. Where the problem lies for me is what the film is saying about internet celebrity, more specifically the cult mentality that we get from relationships revolving around pop stars. Because we all know what fandoms are like, right? We've seen like Selena Gomez fandoms with the Emilia Perez situation. We even have Gal Gadot stans. Very few, but we have them. And fandom almost feels like a cult. But the problem with Opus is that it discusses it in a way that we've seen before, with the exact same formula that we have seen before. It uses the same formula as The Menu, as Don't Worry Darling, a common reoccurrence for this channel it seems. It takes those themes of which they attach and decides to make it really bland. And even the philosophy that Malkovich's character divulges into just ends up coming across extremely generic. And even after he's explained it, you don't really get a good sense of why he's feeling the way he does, why he wants this kind of relationship with his viewers and with his listeners. There's a real lack of understanding that comes with this film, and that's why it just felt really frustrating. Because sure, the idea of internet celebrity and the cult mentality that comes with it is interesting on paper, but when you adapt it in a way of which has been seen so many times before, with this eat the rich scenario, it comes across as stale. And that's one of the biggest issues with the film, is that it just feels really stale and borrowed. I can't say that I was necessarily bored with Opus, I just felt a little detached from it all. Seeing Io Debris in a lead role, it's just great. I love her. She's so good. She can make a bad movie like this kind of watchable. And yes, she does make it watchable. I just wish the film around her was a lot more stable, and I wish that it paved its own lane instead of doing the exact same thing that we have seen for the last few years with Blink Twice, with Don't Worry Darling, like all of these different films I mentioned earlier. And it kind of is interesting that the director came from GQ and almost puts himself in the shoes of Ariel, but again, it doesn't really leave you on a good note. It doesn't really do anything interesting with the theme, and that's why Opus to me just feels a little bit disappointing. If you want to watch a film about celebrity, watch Vox Lux. It kind of does similar things to this, but it does it in a really nuanced way and dives into the theme of celebrity in ways of which this one just refuses to. Definitely check it out. It's on Amazon Prime if you want to watch it. But for now, Opus just didn't work for me, even though I really wanted it to. And you know what? Those are my thoughts on Opus. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me down below if you've seen Opus, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.